This is Lou's Golf and Fish Club.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Lou's Golf and Fish Club podcast. Today is January 16th, 2026. So we just started the new year. I got myself, we got ADZ, we got Big Weave, we got special guest, our fishing member of the year, Jimbo.
Let's go.
Jimbo Hall.
Jimbo Slice.
So,
Jimbo Slice.
Jimbo Slice. So I guess since we're started, 2026, the new year, does anybody have any 2026 resolutions, New Year's resolutions, fishing resolutions, anything like that?
Fishing resolutions or just resolutions?
Whatever you got, something.
I got some resolutions.
Let's hear it.
What do you got? New Year's resolution? Let's hear it.
Yeah. New Year's resolution is to get a little more active out there. Playing some basketball.
Okay. Not fishing.
Shave a couple pounds off.
We did enter a men's basketball league.
We did.
We played our first game last weekend, second game this weekend, Sunday nights. So
Yeah.
trying to
Sunday
get,
nights at 7.
trying to get our exercise on, get healthy,
So I did that dodgeball last year.
Really?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah?
Especially playing dodgeball after
Dude, that would be fun.
15,
Sounds
20
fun.
years. Yeah. I thought I was going to go up in there and handle some business. Nope. Like, oh, no. I got business handled on me. It was a good fall, winter workout.
Is that like an adult league dodgeball?
Well, yeah, I guess it's adult league because it's like the Fairfax.
Is it FXA?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the basketball league we played.
Yeah,
at
same
FXA.
league,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw they have like dodgeball, all this stuff. Dude, that'd be fun.
Wow.
I would love
so
to do
I
that.
did the dodgeball. It was great. It was pretty cool. And some people definitely take that stuff serious. You'd be
Two balls in their hands. They're like, can't hit me.
Well,
Like,
it's
crazy.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Many resolutions? Brands is get more active, play
That-
basketball.
That and fishing a little slower.
Okay.
I feel
That's a
like
good one.
a lot of times I fish a little too fast, or I get my ADHD gets kicked in, and I'm moving the bait a little too quick sometimes. So that's one thing I'm gonna try to focus on.
That's your
is
fishing.
slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, fishing resolution.
Yeah, my fishing resolution.
Slow down.
I think I'd like to try to find ways to start jugging and chugging guide service.
Get more
like
clients
that.
out there, get more
Yeah.
people. Yeah, build the
'Cause
foundation.
It's definitely, once I found it's 20 jugs per person or something like that?
Yeah.
So, I'd like to figure out like the legals behind it kind of.
Yeah.
Because obviously the higher you grow, the more attention's on you, more spotlight. So it's like, I kind of want to do it right. So I don't have like, God forbid, some judge from Manassas is like, this boy's out here littering. There's bottles everywhere. We had like 40 bottles we didn't even find. Like, dude, my bad. So
Yeah, that'd be a great business actually, especially after retirement or something.
Yeah.
There's like a side business doing jugging and chugging guide service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any guide services that do jugging in our area?
Shit.
Have you guys looked that up?
I doubt it.
not that I've seen.
I haven't
Maybe like
looked it up,
Lake
but
Anna or Lake
that's an
Gaston,
opening.
stuff like
Sure.
I guess
that.
that's
but-
just an opening. That's
Dude,
Yeah.
I feel like you should do like bachelor parties or like.
That's what Murtha was saying, but I think it'd be more like, I don't know, I was thinking more like just people that haven't really are interested in jug fishing or cat fishing in general, or just like kind of
like learning different ways of how
yeah,
to
even with
fish.
like maybe like
Sure.
kids, like younger kids
Yeah,
and families
sure.
and stuff. Mom, dad, couple kids come out
Yeah.
there and jug fish. I think that'd be my target.
all you're doing, is
Yeah.
2-liter bottle, glow stick, goes up, starts bobbing. You're like, oh, we got to fish
Ooh,
on.
yeah, at night.
Pick it up. You're like, let's go. It's
Dude.
sick.
It takes the work out of a lot of it. So
Yeah.
It's kind of like a matter of fact. I think it would actually work because it's kind of like a charter service a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because you really you get on the boat and you're just kind of waiting around till fish get caught and
You're just driving around.
It starts bouncing. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
there we go. If you get it dialed in, dude, at certain areas like
Well,
res
also-
and stuff like that.
If you had like a pontoon boat to where
Yeah.
you could like move around a lot on it and
Yeah.
be able to. you know
Everyone
what I
can
mean?
move really easily. And,
yeah.
Yeah,
pontoon
because on
boat.
the regular boat it's kind of a little
crowded
tight.
and stuff,
It's
dude.
tight.
Yeah.
Pontoon boat would be sick for that.
I might have to keep it a little light on the chugging and
That'd be
on the
awesome.
jugging.
Well, it depends on what crowd you have, what clients you have.
Like, where's the
you know?
beer? Where's the whiskey?
Yeah, it depends
Like,
on what you got.
shit. It's like,
If you got a
it's
family,
getting
you have
weird.
juice boxes and
Yeah.
3 sons, and then if you got bachelor party, you got beers and
Yep.
fucking liquor and whatever.
Yeah.
Got some music playing.
Yeah,
Oh,
music
yeah.
playing. Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, well, yeah, that will eventually come down the road.
Yeah.
Lou's guide service with the branches of jugging and chugging.
It easy.
Maybe some other type of stuff. Some snakehead guiding.
I was gonna say snakehead. That'd be
Yes.
another thing because that's past couple of years. That's been a big thing.
Yeah.
Guide service for snakeheads. You'd
Yes.
be surprised how many people want to catch snakeheads. So
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Lose
Absolutely.
guide service. It'd be like an umbrella of like whatever.
Yeah, different branches.
Yeah,
like
different
bra-
branches.
It's
yeah.
Umbrella Corporation.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, I guess we'll get into Jimbo, our special guest here. I guess we'll start out with Jimbo. How did you get into to fishing in general?
Can I start with my New Year's resolutions first?
Oh yeah, you're still on that. Let's do that. Resolution, and then you tell us how.
Resolution first.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Because it was a big thing for me. Decluttering and cleaning, man. So I had to clean out my desk that just was stacked with lures and just lures I was making, plastics, just crankbaits, a bunch of just random stuff. It's actually pretty terrible. So I just had to start decluttering probably like around Thanksgiving. And ever since then, it's kind of leaded into this year of just minimizing and just like B said, slowing down and just
Yeah.
getting back to the basics.
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting back to the basics
Yeah.
is key.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely gotta spend time to organize and just
Correct.
get your stuff back
Yeah.
together for sure. Definitely feel that.
Yeah.
So that's your New Year's resolution is just getting organized.
Yeah, I'm trying to pretty much just I usually have a lot of rods and reels and stuff like that, but I want to just
Simplify.
simplify that
Yeah.
with my lures and everything like that,
Yeah.
just in general.
It definitely
yeah.
get crowded. Like I went through that. Like just get into tournament
Especially
fishing and
when
all
you
that
have,
stuff. Like
too many lures.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
It gets kind of overwhelming
What do I
trying to
throw
figure
on
out
this?
what
Yeah.
what I want to throw, and
Yeah.
then you have the colors that go along with it.
Yeah.
It's just a mind twist. So just again, just minimizing,
simplifying, dude.
simplifying everything.
Well,
Yeah.
we might be going to the Richmond Expo or the Fredericksburg Expo next year.
Yeah.
So if you want to put some stuff aside and bring it out.
To sell.
Sell.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not
I think
selling
it'll be
it.
gone by then, but because
Well,
I've been trying to expedite stuff. But yeah,
Oh, you're selling stuff like.
I will
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Yeah, and then spring
Yeah.
and something like as soon
Yeah.
as springtime's come
Yeah.
around. I was probably gonna message you guys if you guys want to come over and look through my garage and start going through stuff because I
Garage
Yeah, I'll
sale.
be down for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Garage
But
stuff for
I've
sure.
definitely gone through that, like just getting into like the lose stuff, like having all these different types of baits and colors and rods and reels and what's set up for this and blah blah blah. And like I've learned to just
Well-
like, dude, keep it simple. And like I've tried to tell Brandon that, and like his son Blake is like, oh, look at this bait and this color, and then like, dude, green pumpkin,
to be
you need a
honest with
jig, you need a jackhammer, and just
I was-
yeah,
it's gotten so bad that I'm not a hoarder, but I have fishing line probably fished like 10 years old. No, not like not spools of line, but a bag. I got 2 big bags, like giant bags full of old line. That's probably 10 years old. And for some reason, I think I'm gonna like the next time I go out to the boat ramp, I'm gonna take it to the like disposal fishing line things. And I keep on telling myself that for the past 10 years, and it's just been stacking up in my closet. So I got like this 2 bags full of just braided fluorocarbon. I mean, this is probably like a couple $100 worth of like line
Yeah.
over 10 years.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I don't know, eventually I'll get rid of it. But and again, when I was telling you, I was like getting rid of all the stuff since Thanksgiving. I haven't got rid of these 2 bags yet either. So that's
Yeah.
how bad like the mental aspect of it. It's like you get this like attachment. And I also have, I've been keeping like my old hooks probably for the past 5 years. So I have like this box full of like treble hooks or, extra wide gap, whatever, snakehead, stuff like that. Just for some reason, I mean, I'm not going to use them again.
Yeah, but you never know.
I just have them, and they're just in this box.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually I need to get rid of them.
Just take your fishing line and run it all the way through your house with all the lures and just run them all the
Yeah,
way
just
through your
hang
entire
lures
house.
from 'em.
Be
I
like,
mean,
what
I
in
do
the-
have a lot of old lures, especially lures that I've caught some really nice fish on.
Yeah.
Like those are some sentimental lures, especially the ones I've made. I've definitely have kept them around and stuff like that. But yeah,
That's one thing I think about, like fishing versus golf. Fishing is really deep when it comes to like options you have for like rods and reels and line and presentation and baits, and you can just
Yeah.
go forever, dude. The
Sure.
golf, it's like once you have your clubs, like people tweak with like drivers and they tweak with stuff too, putters, and there's definitely that too. Like addiction
Yeah,
to like
but
just like getting new stuff and trying new stuff, and but like fishing is like there's so much detail. You can go so deep, like that black hole is
from
just
what
like
I
endless. It's just
from
like
what I've heard, golfing
a rabbit hole. I mean,
is a rabbit hole in itself.
yeah, rabbit hole.
As far as like, I didn't know this, but golf balls have a certain design, and each manufacturer has a certain patent on designs of balls too. Same thing with clubs and stuff like that.
There's a rabbit hole in
like,
golf too. Yeah, for
it's-
sure.
It's pretty amazing how like they've tweaked these balls to go as far as possible.
Oh, it really
Like,
matters. Yeah, like a ball is harder and it goes further, but spins less around the greens.
Exactly.
Or the opposite, it doesn't go as far, but it spins more.
Yeah.
And then you got the premium ball versus
Yeah.
you can definitely there's a rabbit hole in both.
And then like it's funny, like when I go to Dick's Sporting Good, I always pass the golfing section. I don't golf or anything like that, but like the price tag of the putters and all that stuff like catches my attention, and I'm like, oh man, some of them like $300 or $400,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you got like a bag full like 10 things. I'm like, that's another rabbit hole I cannot go
Yeah.
down, man, because it looks like super expensive too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about golf is like get down that rabbit hole is it's more expensive.
Sure.
Fishing is like you can get into the rabbit hole with like weights and hooks
The terminal
and little
tackle and
stuff that like
like
doesn't
that.
seem that expensive, but like
Oh,
it's like
yeah, all
20
that
bucks,
stuff
15
adds
bucks,
up.
20 bucks, 30 bucks, 40
Yeah.
bucks,
Yeah.
and baits, lures, jackhammers, and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yep.
all that stuff like
Tungsten. regular-
tungsten versus that. Like golf, it's like you can tweak it with golf balls, and but it's like golf balls are like 50, 45, 50 bucks
Yep.
per pack. It's
Yeah.
like definitely you're like, I'll just get one pack.
Plus you're around
Yeah.
50 to $100.
Yep.
They're both
Sucks.
very deep with stuff like that, though. You can
Yeah.
just tweak and buy new stuff forever for
Yeah.
both of them, which
Yeah.
is well, that's why we love it.
Yeah.
It's never ending,
Keeps our mind
never
busy.
ending money pit. So,
And our pockets.
all right, so Jimbo, now we'll get into how did you get into fishing in general? You mind getting into that?
So I kind of got into fishing. I have a older, I wouldn't even say an older cousin. It's my mom's younger cousin. So I would consider him like an uncle because, obviously he's a much older. My mother is from Hawaii, so like we have kind of a tradition to call like our elders uncles and aunties and stuff like that. So I consider him an uncle, but he's like an older cousin. When we were younger, he would take me out to like, I forget, I think it was Lake Fairfax, I believe, but we would go trout fishing, like when they would stock the trout, like stock for like rainbow trout. And I forget how old I was pretty young, but he would definitely take me out. And that's what really got me into fishing was like those rainbow trout stock fishing in Fairfax and stuff like that. Fast forward to probably like middle school, like late middle school, all that kind of just stopped because like life just happened. You have sports, family, and stuff like that. So I didn't really fish too much during that time. I would go down to like Virginia Beach. I had family down there, so we would fish, the piers down Virginia Beach area, Solomon Island area down in Maryland and stuff like that. But it didn't really pick back up until like, man, after high school, into like my early 20s. I would probably say like 2004 or something like that is when I kind of got back into fishing. During that time, like in my later, I guess I didn't say like after like pretty much during high school, I got big into automotive, like into cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, tuning cars, import cars was kind of like my big thing. So that's what I spent a lot of my money, a lot of my time, my weekend was working on my Honda, going to the racetracks and stuff like that. It wasn't until, again, like 2002, my current partner for Lose, Sean, was like, oh, I'm going out fishing. And I'm like, okay. And like, again, he had mentioned, I was like, I'm about to go fishing again. And I'm like, what is this dude talking about, going fishing? And sure enough, the third time he had said it, I was like, dude, I'm about to go fishing with you. Like, let's go fishing. Because it's something I used to do back when I was younger, but, life happens and I just wanted to, I guess, pick it back up because automotive stuff was just going kind of crazy. And we went out to Beaver Dam Reservoir up in Ashburn, and we were just, I was, I guess, catfishing. And Sean was largemouth, he was fishing for a largemouth bass. And I just remember, like, those two setups that we had were completely different. And Sean had this big old, like, 3-aught extra wide gap. And again, like, you know, catfishing, you know, you have like these like circle hooks.
Yeah.
You know, these weights and these like, you know, it's completely different from largemouth. And I was just thinking, I was like, what the hell is Sean gonna catch with this big old hook, right? And sure enough, he caught a bass, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, it just completely blew my mind. So like, that's kind of like what kind of like kicked the gears back in motion. It was like right around 2002, 2003. And again, like, you know, like any of the free time, me and Sean would head up to like Beaver Dam Reservoir and just fish from the bank. And then after a while, I was like, man, I can't fish from the bank anymore. We were just getting snagged up and stuff like that. Like, we could only walk so far, you know, so much of that, you know, that place. So that's when I kind of looked into like kayaks and stuff like that. And I ended up purchasing a kayak from Dick's Sporting Goods. And like at that time, this is like 2004, where like kayak fishing really was kind of like a new thing, right?
Yeah.
So once, not so much before once I got that, I actually learned about kayak fishing through kayakbassfishing.com. I don't know if you guys know this, but like kayak bass fishing was an online forum before it was ever a tournament venue.
Yeah.
And Chad Hoover had started this, you know, I guess back in the day. So I got online and saw that, and it was kayak bass fishing. You know, people would take tarpons and like, you know, regular kayaks or canoes and just convert them into fishing platforms. And that's kind of how I got off the bank. You know, I ended up buying a kayak from Dick's Sporting Goods, but put a couple different rod holders on it, makeshift a tackle box, and stuffed it in there and went fishing from a kayak. That's kind of like what really got me back into kayak fishing. And then obviously from there, it's like bass fishing oriented. So, and on this forum, it had, what is it like your logs or like your daily reports or fishing reports and stuff like that. So
fish brain kind of.
I wouldn't say it was it didn't really have like certain like GPS spots where people were catching, but it would say, hey, I was at Roach's Run, or I was at Occoquan, or I was here, I was fishing there, you know what I'm saying? It was this time of day, it was sunny, and I was using this type of lure. So that's when I kind of like gathered like, how to bass fish, how to relearn how to bass fish again, was through that forum and people talking about it and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
So that's kind of like what really kicked me back off was my partner Sean.
Yeah.
I just remember looking at that 3-aught, extra wide gap hook, and looking at my circle small. I'm like, what is this dude gonna catch with this big old hook? And sure enough, he caught like a 1.5 pound bass, and I was like, this is it.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
That's kind of what like Martha was saying on the fishing DMV, which is like you have to get off the bank. Once you get off the bank, it's like your whole world just opens up. And
a
it's
whole bunch of
you have to like consider a lot more things about like operating the boat and the wind and where do you want to go. And
I remember the first day out, on the kayak with one rod, and I remember dropping my paddle, and like I didn't even know if this paddle floated or not. But like I just remember having my rod, my paddle. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And just figuring that out was just a cluster fuck in itself, because again, I was just trying to learn how to fish and then trying to learn how to kayak. I didn't even know how to kayak in itself. So like it was just a whole learning experience in itself. But yeah, that's just priceless.
That's awesome.
Experiences I'll just never forget.
Sure. That's awesome. Yeah, it's like just like a genuine start. Just like start on the bank with your buddy, like all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of like I fished a lot in high school and like through high school, really into it. Got like Aaron into it and all that kind of stuff. And I went to school playing baseball and all that stuff. Hadn't fished in 4 or 5 years probably or more, and then moved back and then randomly you were like, hey, you want to go bass fishing? That's like the video we were watching of Brandon twerking on the boat. I think that was the first time I'd been fishing in probably like 5 or 6 years, especially on the boat. And that kind of got me like, oh, like, hey, you want to go out again? Like,
Gears rolling, yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, we should like do some tournaments, you know? And I'm like, all right, well, if I'm gonna have tournaments, I need to have a boat. So that's when I ended up getting my John boat. And then, it's just like, it's just,
Good.
it's awesome. It's like the progression, you know? But yeah, so.
It's just getting started.
Just getting started, man. So now you do snakehead tournaments and stuff like that, right? Like we catch snakeheads just like randomly, but you're actually like doing snakehead tournaments and targeting them and stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, I would definitely like to say like I would more of a snakehead angler than a bass fisherman. I mean, I just I've evolved into just really enjoy targeting snakeheads, just in general. And it's a funny story how I got into snakehead fishing was kayak bass fishing back in the day. The first sightings of, snakehead fishing, random people would catch a snakehead kayak fishing. And I just remember that just blew my mind. I was like, what is that fish? And like, I just wanted to catch one. And again, I didn't really know too much about it, but at that time, like I just knew wherever these people were catching snakeheads, I marked it on a GPS or on my phone or a mental figure. And this is back in like in 2005, 2006 and stuff like that.
Wow. That's probably like
when they first came
the beginnings of
exactly.
snakeheads.
Or maybe like in 2010, like it was a rare thing.
Yeah, that's when they were like, the snakeheads are gonna ruin all the fishing.
Exactly.
Like they're gonna take over.
Exactly. And the teeth and stuff like that. And that's what just really fascinating with snakeheads. And like back then I didn't even get a chance to catch one, but I knew at some point I wanted to get back into snakehead fishing. And like a couple years ago, that's when I wanted to get another kayak because I was out of the kayaks for a while, but I wanted to get back into snakehead fishing, and that's how it kind of evolved again. Having these past GPS spots that these people had caught from back like 8 years ago, like I knew I wanted to do it. But yeah, that's how I got into snakehead fishing, and then just the topwater, like I guess frogs are just one of the most popular lures that people use. The topwater bite is just phenomenal.
When they see them like coming up, like the wake, and like
wake, and then they hit it, and then you wait this few seconds to set that hook, and it's just unbelievable. And then with snakeheads, the average weight of them or 3 to 5 pounds. So that's like your typical trophy bass that most people don't even get to see or even catch.
Right.
So that's why it's just so addictive, just the fight, the catch.
Yeah.
Even getting it into the net and into the boat or kayak is just an experience in itself. Like it's just
especially in a kayak. Like
even
in the boat, we're like, oh, it's a snakehead. We're like looking around like, what do we
do? What kind of? You see the teeth? Like I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not lip gripping. So it's just an experience that most people don't even get to see.
They taste pretty good too.
Dude, they're strong too.
The best freshwater tasting fish in our area.
I'd heard that for it's probably since 04, 05. Oh, snakehead's the best. I'd never had it until this past year, and it definitely is the best freshwater. Fish.
It's kind of like a rockfish, kind of like striper. It's like real
just
thick,
like so
white
thick,
meat.
white, dude. So good.
Butter.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Old Bay, butter and Old Bay.
I use House of Baltry.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
Just put it in like a little skillet or whatever, deep fry it.
It is fancy.
Yeah, I learned that with my fish cookings.
All right, well, we got a few minutes left, about 5 minutes.
First lose tourney.
Well, I guess we can talk about that real quick. What was your first lose tournament of all time? Was obviously it was Sean. Was it?
Where was our first tournament at?
Probably. It might have been the same year as Mirtha. It might have been like one of the res.
It was last year. No, not last year,
2
but
years
the year
ago.
before that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. It had to have been the res. Was it at the res?
It was probably the Lake Ridge res. with
And
like
it might have been a like
probably with
reverse.
Alderman. Remember Alderman came with his buddy,
Yeah.
and he probably invited Sean. You probably came with Sean.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's how we got into it because Alderman had invited Sean. Because Sean, like I said, my partner Sean, he's been really wanting to go serious in the tournament fishing, and I don't want to go serious in the tournament fishing as far as the bass. It's just too serious for me. I got into fishing for the fun of it and to get away from the racing because I used to do a lot of car racing and stuff like that. So it was trying to get away from it and have fun and to, kind of disconnect. So that was kind of like the big thing with me and Sean. He was really big into really getting into the tournament stuff. And that's how we kind of got into the Lose because he had said, hey, there's a tournament and it's no forward-facing sonar and it's just a whole lot, it's a whole lot less serious. And I was like, that kind of like entertains me because, again, all of our fishing was more fun fishing when we got to the rest. I was like, yeah, that signed me up. And plus the entry fee wasn't too expensive or anything like that. So it was just another day for us to be on the boat with other people.
A good excuse.
That's how I got introduced to Lose, and I've just been stuck ever since.
That's
it's
literally
been
like
pretty fun.
That's literally why like the tournament, the Lose thing came apart. What came about was like me looking at golf tournaments and fishing tournaments. Like these guys are so serious, and like the buy-ins are so expensive. It's like
Correct.
I don't want to
yes.
be I don't want to be a tournament bass fisherman either. Like I like the competition, but I also want it to be fun.
Yeah.
Like that's why like the Lose is that like perfect like middle ground between fishing with your buddies just for fun versus like fountainhead
Correct.
tournaments.
Yeah, I
It's,
mean,
like,
it's-
in between that.
It's really
Yeah.
about getting everybody together, getting out there doing the same things.
Yeah.
But, a little buy-in makes it fun.
Yeah.
A little something to fish for.
And I guess the older I get, I kind of know who I am and what I want to get involved with. And again, just the cooler heart and just the easier atmosphere of the Lose is really what drawed me to it.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what it's about, man.
It's like the competitive mindset, but it's like
You get the competitive
It's
itch,
a fun competitive mindset.
You get the competitive itch.
competitive, serious.
but it's
Yeah.
not like yeah. I mean, I had heard no hate on the Fountainhead stuff, but when I was getting into it and thinking about stuff, I had heard the Fountainhead guys were like kind of dicks to people that didn't weren't there a lot or new people and like didn't have live scope. They're kind of like kind of treat them like they're not supposed to be there. Or you should you don't even have a chance. I'm like, dude, there's
And I
gotta be a
think-
place where everyone has a chance.
And that could go through any sports
Exactly.
or anything of that serious level because those guys are serious.
They're good, dude.
Those
man.
dudes are
yeah.
some hammers and
Yeah.
they're not there to mess around. So
That's
Yeah.
exactly.
But
It's just a
again,
different
for me,
vibe.
I didn't want to do that on a Sunday.
that's how
on the Saturday, I just dealt with the dudes
Yes.
racing cars. So that was the last thing I wanted to do on a Sunday
Yes.
was deal with more serious people.
Yeah.
But absolutely.
There's those people in golf too. That's why the golf stuff started. Because the same thing with
absolutely.
golf. It's like either like trying to go pro or like you're just playing with your buddies.
I'm
And
just
there's
trying to
no
have
in
some fun.
between. It's like
Yeah.
there's gotta be
Yeah.
an in between. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, that's part one. We'll come back with part two with a couple more little topics. We got favorite places you fish, stuff like that. So we'll be back with part two.
Do we have to clap in 3 seconds?
No, we
No.
don't.
1, 2, 3.
Peace.
Peace.
I can take a bathroom break.